Hi, thanks for joining me. My name is George Vinay, and I am a magic maker and a storyteller. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology, and I work as a therapist with children and families. It occurred to me back in college that there is wisdom, psychological wisdom, wisdom of the soul that is passed down generation upon generation through storytelling and stories themselves. It occurred to me then that children, besides Nintendo, PlayStation, and all other forms of prefabricated images, that live storytelling told to the specific children in front of a storyteller is a marvelous way to remind and awaken within children an active imagination. So what I've done is I've put together a series of storytelling assemblies that involve magic, storytelling, the use of a drum, all sorts of audience participation, humor, and rightly chosen stories according to the time of year and the kids that I'm performing for. They're stories that support the open court units in 2nd, 3rd, and 5th grades. So usually what I do is I come into a school, organize an assembly that's based on the time of year, the kids that are here and present in the moment, and also the unit that they are being taught. That way, principals can bring in these assemblies and have them be supported by core curriculum funds because they are supporting core curriculum units of open court. You take the egg and do this. Anybody want breakfast? I'm George Vinay, and I look forward to the opportunity of bringing these series of assemblies full of magic, fun, wonder, storytelling, and education to your school in some time in the near future. Thank you. How many people like candy? Hands up, hands down. How many like cotton candy? Hands up, hands down. How many people like chocolate? Hands up, hands down. How many hot dogs? Hands up, hands down. How many people like to lick camels? Hands up. Say, pretty bird, pretty bird.
My name is George. I am a magician and storyteller, and I thought I'd come today to talk to you a little bit about this idea of heritage. So you just started a storytelling unit, haven't you? Learning about storytelling. Well, today what I'm going to do is show you a little bit of the magic of stories and storytelling, using a little bit of magic, a little bit of stories, and a whole lot of fun and imagination. So you are going to be the wand waver. You're going to wave the wand over the cups like this. Go ahead, just wave them right over the cups. Go ahead. Did your dog eat the homework? Do you even have a dog? It's a little simple thing, but I always remember it, and I can share it with my grandmother. She laughs, I laugh, and we're more of a family because of it. There's also tradition that has to do with things that you do. Let's say you become an artist. You become a magician, and then suddenly you're participating in a tradition that goes way back when, and suddenly you feel like you're involved in something that's bigger than you. But to begin with, let me tell you a little bit about my own personal heritage.
You see, I'm from Caracas, Venezuela. That's where I was born, and I was raised there. All my dad's side of the family is from there. And when I was, how old are you? 8. I was 8. I was walking down the street one day with my dad, and suddenly this old man walks up to us, and he goes, "You." That's how he talked. He had this, "You." He pointed right to me. He goes, "You can do magic." He said, well, I looked at my dad looked at me, we looked at him, he looked at us, and goes, you see, out there everywhere are stories. There is magic everywhere. Why, there's here, and here, and here. People call it imagination, some people call it faith, whatever it is, here it is. And he reached into his hand, and he pulled out, why, this little silk.
Well, I looked at my dad looked at me, we looked at him, he looked at us, and he goes, you see, people don't believe. They grow up and they forget that there are stories all around us, that if you use your imagination, why?
You see, in the time before automobiles, in the time before horses, why in many different parts of the world, somebody was walking by a tree and heard a spirit say, cut me and turn me into a drum.
We're about to go on a trip with the drum. I ask that all of you strap on your seatbelt, please. Well, now that we're here in the place where stories are, let me tell you a very special story. This king, his name was King Ferdinand. That's right. Hello, my friends. I'm the witch. Did you feel it? Open your hand real slow. Well, that's how it was. In the first story, I used hats. I used different costumes. Sometimes that really helps.
I figure, you know, storytelling with drawing is really good. It's a magic marker. All right, we're gonna draw some eyes. You can make some little lines or something at the top. You guys are using your imagination too much, but really, we just, what? Are you alive? Yes, I'm alive.
Lit it up, look. Do you see anything?
Well, once upon a time was an old man, but he was a very special man. You see, he sold stuff, and he carried it around in a little bag. And that night, he had a dream. Pay attention to your dreams, because stories begin there. And in his dream, an angel came to him and said, get up. Go to the town 10 miles away. Stand in the plaza. There you will hear what you need to hear and see what you need to see.
Well, I have a really kind of nice, fun story from Mexico that I heard the other day that I thought was very funny and kind of strange. Well, once there was and once there was not, 3 sisters, Carmen, Rosita, and Pepita. The king passed by, and he set his riddle off his horse. Young lady, give me your best appraisal. How many leaves are on that clump of basil? Oh, she was so shocked to hear a riddle from the stranger, she ran inside, face beet red.
Was this boy who lived with his mom on the edge of the swamp. His name was Wiley. Behind him, he heard, hello, Wiley. And he said, hello, Mr. Hairy Man. Can you say that with me? Hello, Mr. Hairy Man. Rope, all rope in the world, disappear. And that included the rope that was tying them dogs. And the dogs come running, lickety-split through the swamp. Wiley, what is that?
Another thing that I was using in this story of Wiley was voices. And that's how you discover it. You just go off by yourself and play with different ways of talking until you find a voice that you kind of like, and you can use it in a story. Like, you could use this one.
It's gonna be Rocky.
You will be Super Chicken! A planet far, far away as he scratches out. Transforms into Super Chicken and his capable sidekick, Chicken Nugget.
And I bet you didn't know that, but I train animals, and I brought a bird that I got in about 3 days ago. Okay. Polly, want a cracker?
Come on, just have a candy bar instead.
You see, I go around to all the different places I go, and I collect stories. And that's what you can do as well. You can ask your grandparents to tell you a story, and they'll probably remember stories from their own childhood. Or you could ask friends, or read in your open courts. Well, I also like to collect something kind of strange. ABC gum. Do you know what ABC gum is? All right, I think we're ready here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. Come on. Oh, here we go. And then now we have a full flavored story. I can't give these out because I need them. Because in some ways, each and every one of these was a story that I found, which is what you can do. All you have to do is listen and use your imagination. Something funny happens at school, you turn it into a story. And of course, if you take the story, why, you can make it go and then pull it back again out of your imagination. Remember everything you heard today. Practice it, use it in your storytelling, and don't keep your stories inside you, but share them out in the world, because each and every one of you have special gifts like that boy who thought he was an old paper bag.